Okay, so here's inside the cavity where the refrigerator was. These are just power and a ground going up to a light. These are the controls for the thermostat. This power box, I'm going to have to get it out of the way, and my line here. This is all, I won't reuse this, so I'm just going to cut around the pipe, cut around here so I can get this. These were the lines that went to the fridge, the 12 volt lines, so these are 10 gauge wires, a ground and a power. So I got to get that all loosened up. And then on this as well, on the cabinet here, there was simply, this is the closet. Again, just a bracket up top there. In this drawer, a bracket there. And just along the edge here of the door, this is the closet door, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And again, down below on the inside along the floor, there's screws. Again, that wood will all be rotten, so that I'll just go at that with the crowbar. And again, down on here on this edge in here. And I'll wiggle, once I get those done, I'll wiggle a little bit and see if anything else is... Trailer's unplugged. I just want to leave these wired up, but I'm going to cut a big hole in here just so I can get this bug down through. I'll probably have to cut a hole around that propane line too. That wood's all pretty much rotten anyway. Again, all I'm concerned with here, the frame, if it's in pretty good shape, I'll keep it and just put something else on the outside. There's that propane line now, it's free, and the box I can just drop down below. Here's the closet. Like I say, I took out these screws here. Here's the shower installation. Here's an access panel for the plumbing. I'm going to take that off just in case there's something hooked up between the two. Chances are there's probably, the only connections are probably here, but I just wanted to make sure. I got a couple screws out along the floor here, and I think there's also a couple back here from in behind. Now just a few more along this edge here and that edge there. These rivets up here, I took the screws out of the side, but the bracket's still on there, so I'm just going to cut the rivets off from the inside here. Ouch! And that's hot. That bracket should just come off now. There we go, and there's one more over there, we'll get that one too. With the refrigerator access door in the back, I believe these screws here, they're going into the frame, or into all that frame. Maybe not the ones at the top, but I'm pretty sure the ones on the bottom, so I'm going to have to take those out. Okay, I've been jiggling and wiggling, and it seems to be holding over here still, but I see the bottom of the cupboard just pops out like that, and there's a few more screws in along there, so I'll get those out. Okay, actually those ones underneath, they didn't matter. What I'm thinking, I'm just tugging on it here now, I'm thinking there might be a rivet going from the roof directly into this heavy thing here, and maybe even over on that side there too. So here's the fridge vent, and as I follow it up I do see a rivet in there and a rivet in there. These other two here, I think they just screwed through and where that piece of plywood is to hold that light on. Okay, so those rivets probably would have been here and here. Let's try. I think it might be wedged in here too, just to keep the roof up. Got to be careful here. I don't want to poke through the fiberglass. I mean, it could happen. I just have to repair it. So I'm pretty sure it's just there was downward pressure on the fiberglass, so that the whole thing's just wedged in there. So I took this piece of 2x6 There's my floor jack, and I just jacked the roof up about 1/2 inch, and hopefully it'll come along the insulate. This is all just late crap. There we go. It's just stuck on the insulate. I gotta be careful. I had to undo one of the water lines. It was woven into that. Well, that's just my towel holder. Actually, I've got on up both water lines. They're just intertwined in the jack out, just so I can move this back here for now. It in there for now. Running out of space. So here's that space in behind. There's the water lines. I think that's the hot. That was the cold there. Here they are, just going into the shower. Here's the fiberglass unit for the shower. I imagine these are a specialty item. Vent pipe there. I'll rip all this insulate. There's where the heater went out. There's the wheel well. Actually, this is good. I might rearrange things. I might even put my batteries on top of the wheel wells. We'll see, just for good weight distribution. And going up here, here's the one light there, but they've just run the wires under the insulate. And I'm sure that wire would go back and hook up to the one in the shower. Side panel, this is where the shower, this connects up against the shower. These just have screws in here. I think I can take these apart just for easier storage. There's the screws in there, they've got staples in too, so I'll just try and tease it apart here. I just want to be able to store it easier. So here's what that unit looks like once it's dismantled. Pretty easy construction. Like, this is all, what, roughly 1x2s. Just all stapled together. So this is that's the front of the unit. Now I'm going to keep this for a pattern. Might reuse the frame, or probably just be easier just to make a whole new one. And here's the other sections. Like, I'll definitely keep this because it's got the curve. So I've got a pattern to trace. Same on this one here, and you can see to take those apart there were just lots of screws inserted in them, plus they were also stapled together, so I've got lots of staples coming through. I'll bang those down, but again, you see the construction, fairly light construction, nothing too complicated. Proper curves. Now if I'm putting thicker foam, I'm going to have to adjust the height of these a bit as well, but that's just a matter of making the bottom a little, or making the whole length just a little bit shorter.